Good morning, children. In the previous class for standard 7, I took about density. It's about the definition of the density and what are the differences and the relationship between the mass volume. Now we'll see the larger distances. So we'll see about the larger distances. Now, normally we have used centimeter, meters, kilometers to express the measures that is we are using in a day-to-day life. But for the space and for the astronomers, they use different measures which use for the very long distances. That is the distance between the earth and a star, for example, and the distance between the star, earth and the stars. Now to express this, we are using two units, that is astronomical unit and light year. So what are the two units? Astronomical units and the light year. Now astronomical unit, we all know that the earth revolves around the sun in an elliptical orbit. Now the distance between the earth and the sun varies every day. So what happens? The distance between the earth and the sun varies daily. Now this is a sun. This is the earth. Million 147.1 million kilometer and 152.1 million kilometer. Now that is the distance between the earth and the sun varies already I said. Now the distance between the earth and the sun, when it is shortest, it is called as a perihelion. What is called as perihelion? That is the distance between the earth and the sun. When it is shortest, it is called as a perihelion. And it's about 147.1 million kilometer. Now next, when you see the distance between the sun and the earth, which is the largest, these are called as the aphelion, and the distance is 152.1 million kilometer. So what children, what is perihelion? That is the distance between the sun and the earth is the shortest, that is called as a perihelion. And when the distance between the sun and the earth is largest, that is called as a aphelion, and it is 152.1 million kilometers distance. Now the average distance between the earth and the sun is 149.6 million kilometer. So what is the average distance between the earth and the sun? It is 149.6 million kilometer. Now the average, this is taken as the one astronomical unit. What is called as one astronomical unit. Now the average distance between the sun and the moon, earth, what I said is 149.6 million kilometer. This is called as a one astronomical unit. Now Neptune is 30 astronomical unit away from the sun. So here the earth we saw, but the Neptune, it's a planet which is away from the sun. It's how many? 30 astronomical unit away. Now it is 30 times faster than the earth. So it is 30 times farther away from the earth. Now one astronomical unit, one is it, one astronomical unit, it is defined as average distance between the earth and the sun. That is average distance between the earth and the sun. So what is an astronomical unit? It's an average distance between the earth and the sun. Now one astronomical unit is 149.6 million kilometer, I already said. Now 149.6 into 10 to the power of 6 kilometer is equal to 1.496 into 10 to the power of 11 meter. So 149.6 into 10 to the power of 6 kilometer is equal to 1.496 into 10 to the power of 11 meter. Now what is 1 AU? It's equal to 1.496 into 10 to the power of 11 meter. Now next we are going to see about the light year. So first we saw about the astronomical unit, that is distance between the sun and the earth. So once again I'll tell you all that is perihelion, that is the distance between the sun and the earth is the shortest distance, which is called as a perihelion. And the distance between the sun and the earth, which is the largest distance, that is called as the aphelion. And the distance here is for the perihelion 147.1 and for this aphelion 152.1. So the average distance between the sun and the earth is 149.6. So 1 AU is, that is astronomical unit, shortly it is called as the AU. So 149.6 million kilometer. Now, so 149 into 10 to the power of 6 is called 1.496 into 10 to the power of 11 meter. Now next we are going to go to the light year. Now, light year. So, the nearest star to our solar system is Proxima Centauri. What is it called as a Proxima Centauri? It is a nearest star to our planet. It's called as a Proxima Centauri. Now, AU for measuring is for distance of stars. So AU is for measuring the distance of stars, but for this AU is not used. Now therefore astronomers used a special unit called the light year. So astronomers used a special unit called light year. Now this light year is used for measuring the distance in the deep space. For what it is used? It is used for measuring the distance in the deep space. Now, we have learnt that the speed of light in vacuum is speed of light in vacuum is 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. So, what is the speed of light? 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. Now, this means that the light travels a distance into the 3 into 10 to the power of 8 in 1 second. So, in a year, how many days are there? 365 days. How many days? 365 days. And how many hours? 24 hours. How many minutes? 60 minutes. And how many seconds? 60 seconds. So, how many days are there? 365 days. And how many hours? 24 days, 24 hours and 60 minutes and 60 seconds. Now, the total number of seconds in a year. Total number of seconds in a year is 365 days into 24 hours into 60 minutes into 60 seconds. So, what is this? 365 days here. 24 hours, 60 minutes and 60 seconds. Now, if you total this, you get 3.153 into 10 to the power of 7 seconds. So, what is the answer? 3.153 into 10 to the power of 7 seconds. Now, if light travels at a distance of 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter in 1 second, then the distance travelled by light in 1 year, what will you get? So, in that, so 3 into 10 to the power of 8 into 3.153 into 10 to the power of 7. This distance of a light in 1 year. This is in 1 second and this is in 1 year. So, 3 into 10 to the power of 8 into 3 into 1.53 and into 10 to the power of 7. So, the answer is 9.46 into 10 to the power of 15 meters. So, the distance, this distance is known as light year. It's known as 1 light year. So what did you understand, children? So the number of seconds in a year is 3.153 into 10 to the power of 7 in seconds. Now if you are going to see in a year, that is done in 1 year, that is 3 into 10 to the power of 8 into 3.153 into 10 to the power of 7. So for 1 year it is 9.46 into 10 to the power of 15 meters. So for one, this is called as the 1 light year. Now 1 light year is defined as a distance travelled by light in vacuum during the period of 1 year. So what is light year is defined as distance between the travel by light in vacuum during the period of 1 year. Now for the 1 light year, it is called as the 9.56 into 10 to the power of 15 meter. So what is the answer for 1 light year? 9.46 into 10 to the power of 15 meter. Now in terms of light year, Proxima Centauri is at 4.22 light years from Earth and the solar system. So the Earth is located about 25,000 light years away from the galaxy. So the Earth is located about 25,000 light years away from the galaxy center. So you finish this lesson, children. So this lesson is over for you. So in the next class, we will revise the lesson and I will write down the questions on the board. You just take down. Thank you, children.